Great to see everybody. I am out in Chantilly, Virginia today. We've got a Further Together event out in Chantilly, Virginia today. So we've got 150 agents we're going to go be pouring into here in a little bit. I will see all my friends in, let's see, where am I at on Wednesday? Atlanta, Georgia on Wednesday. And then on Friday, Chris Carlin, where you at? I'm coming to Miami, bro. I'm coming to Miami. We're doing Rock the Market out in Miami. So, hey, it's great to see each and every single one of you today. Thank you again so much for being on. We're going to go ahead and dig in. You guys started off for us just like you do every single week. Somebody tell me something good. What's a win you had this week? What's something that you're thankful for? Lay it on me. What do you got? Either raise your digital hand or just come off mute and talk to us. What do we got today, team? Let's hear from you. I know something good happened this week.
I got something good. It's not real estate
Shelly,
related.
go for it.
It's not real estate related, but I took my
love that.
I took my husband's Halloween Horror Nights. I'm in Orlando, Florida, and I've been trying to get him there for 5 years now, and he hates Halloween. But I did get him to go there because one of the houses was his game that he plays, and we literally did one house, one show, and we ate.
And he was like, "That's it, Shelly.
That's it." He's like, "That's it. I've done it. Never want to do it again. Don't ask me anymore." But hey, it's a win because I got him there, and it's took me 5 years, so that was a win.
Hey, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, hey, I'm excited you got him there. Hey, my bride loves her some Halloween Horror Nights out there at Disney. So don't tell her, okay? Martina, don't tell them that they went. Don't tell them. She loves it out there. That's awesome, Shelly. Somebody else today. What's a win you had this week? Let me hear from you.
Hey, Dusty, it's Anthony. I took two listings in the last 3 days. That's good.
Come on, bro. In this market, absolutely, that's good. Y'all give a big high five over there for Anthony. Took 2 listings this week in this market. Dan said he's working with a new tenant, which is awesome. And Grace and Co., come on, y'all getting ready for your disconnect retreat this week. That's what I'm talking about. Get out there, ladies. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody else today, what do you got? Everybody? Come on now. I know you had good things happen this week.
Dusty, you kind of spoiled it already, but you're coming to Miami, so it's been a minute since I got to see you in person. So, man, I'm excited. It's going to be a great week.
Bro, I'm pumped, man. I can't wait to see you guys and spend some time with you guys out there.
Me too.
In Miami.
Me too.
Somebody else was jumping in there. What do we got?
It was me. I just wanted to say this is Deidre in Greensboro. I was blown away by the event on Thursday, and I was so glad that I came and got exposed to all this wonderfulness. Thank you.
Oh, man. Deidre, thank you so much. It was so awesome to be there in Greensboro. What a great event, right? We had about 80, 90 agents in the room. And hey, team, we've talked about this at length. This game that we're playing is different. The world that we're living in is different. We got a lot of moving parts today, and I don't think there has ever been a more important time that we understand that we were created to do this all together. Would you agree with that? Right? I don't know about you. I've said this before, but Dusty left to Dusty is a train wreck. Okay? All right? But Dusty on calls like this, and Dusty with accountability, and Dusty with people around me to help support me, to encourage me, to pick me up when I fall down, to make sure and remind me of who I am. Sometimes if I forget, how many of you need that reminder? You know what I mean? Okay. Let's see. We got a little bit more over here. We've got Further Together in Boston. Come on now, 160 agents. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all had that guy, Tim Macy, come out there and talk too. Did he do okay?
Yeah,
he do okay? I'm just checking on.
Metza, you know.
He's my next call. So I just want to make sure, Diane, I could say, hey, I got a little feedback on you. They said you need a little work, Macy. You need a little work.
He knocked it out of the park, as he always does. And we were graced with Tamir was able to make an appearance at happy hour. So that was a super special.
Oh, super cool.
It was really
super
great.
Cool. Well done, Diane. That's awesome. That's awesome. Christina said she had, had 2 listing consult, 1 buyer consult, signed a new listing agreement, got accepted to Professional Standards and Grievance Committee of VAR. Come on now, that's a big week, Christina. That's what I'm talking about. Well done. Well done. Well, hey team, let's lean into today. I actually adjusted the call today. So usually I kind of plan all these out about a month in advance, and there's kind of a rhythm to them. And I just adjusted this week just based on, I don't think it's any secret at all that our world has had a lot of moving parts over the course of the last couple weeks. There's been a lot of things that have happened. And let me just say this before I say anything. This is not a political call in any way. This is a call about us and humanity and our minds and our hearts and how we lean in together and do this well. And so I don't know about you, but there's been some fear that's kind of creeped in to my own self. How many of you have had fear come over you a little bit in the last couple of weeks? Anybody? Right? And I mean fear on a lot of different levels, right? How many of you just had some fear around the market? Anybody have that? Okay. How about Allie's like grabbing Tiffany's hand, pulling it in a little bit more like, oh, I've had some fear over there. Here's what I want you to do as we start today. I just want you to be very honest with yourself. And would you write down some fears that you have right now, just that are running through your heart and running through your mind, whatever they are? Would you just write those down right now? Okay. And I'll be very transparent with you. I was in North Carolina when the assassination took place this week, and I had fear. I was not at home. My bride was at home. My kids were on a trip with their grandparents, so our family was not in one place. And I just wanted to get everybody back under my roof. I just had some fear, right? So what are some of the fears that you may have? And I mean in life, in business, anything at all. Just write a couple down, and let's hear from a couple of you. What's something you wrote down? Maybe that's a fear you're struggling with.
Hey, Dusty, it's
Yeah,
Doretha. My fear
yeah,
is getting
Doretha.
it wrong. Come January, I will be an agent for 20 years. And now I'm working on a commercial development and it's for my family. We bought 20 acres and we're developing it. And so they are looking at me to get
Mm,
us there. And my fear is not getting it wrong because
yeah,
all the generations, it was my idea, and all the generations are looking at me to make this right. So I am
come on.
really losing sleep over this.
Hey, Doretha, can I tell you something? Hey, how many of you have felt like Doretha feels right now? I don't want to get it wrong. How
Yeah.
many of you sometimes that fear of getting it wrong has kept you from doing anything? You ever had that? Right? Yeah, it's so much fear creep in that what fear does to us a lot of times. You remember when you were little and you thought there was somebody in your closet? You know what I mean? Like, I remember calling out to my mom and dad a few times, being like, somebody in there. Um, and I would get so fearful that I would just freeze. You know what I'm talking about? You ever felt like that? So, Doretha, I'm sure you have moments like that. Here's what I want to tell you. I believe that the fact that you have fear around this shows the importance of it to you. Okay. You don't have a lack of knowledge because you're going to go get the knowledge. You don't have a lack of support because look at all these people right here on this screen, Doretha. We love hearing from you each and every single week. You are the person called to do it, and this is going to be a generational change for your family. Okay. And you keep leaning into that. And what I'm about to coach you on today, I think is going to be a big help to you in overcoming that fear. Okay. Somebody else today, what's a fear? Lay it out for us. Come on. Some of you are like, I'm afraid to tell you. I'm afraid to come off mute, coach. What do you got? You can drop it in the chat box too.
I'll go, Dusty.
Let's hear it.
So I think one thing that I've struggled really with this week, not even with the political side, but just as our family, is that, I have 4 kids that look to me and my husband as leaders, and I want to project and lead them to church and to Jesus. And like that fear is instilled in me for what they get from us. That's their foundation. And I want
Yeah.
to make sure they have the right foundation.
Yeah. Come on now. How many of your parents on the call?
Mhm.
How many of you share that fear, right? Amber just dropped it over in the chat box too. She said, "Have I done enough? Have I had the right conversations?" Right? When kids get afraid, here's what I've learned: they run to their leaders. Have you noticed that? Okay. When my son or daughter get afraid, they run directly to mom and I. Even my son, 12 years old now, he growing up, he pretty manly out there now, but still he's got that little boy in him that when fear comes, he's going to run to his leaders, right? And I can tell you, for me, um, we had some big conversations at home this week around that, Allie, around just our lead. And hey, everybody on the call, all of you are going to lead the way that you lead in your home. I just want to encourage you, whatever you do, lead in your home. Lead in your home. It's your job. Okay. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Allie. Anybody else today?
I
Hey,
guess I'll,
yeah, go
oh,
for it.
sorry. No. I'll guess I'll piggyback off of that just a little bit. I have fear with my children. I've always been very vocal about my faith. I've never hid that with work, and I've been very loud about that. And my children have watched us put that in. I also have 4 children, and they range from 3 to 17. So I have all the ages. Um, but I just had a fear this past week because my 17-year-old daughter was very vocal about what was going on, and not in a negative way. I mean, she was standing up very respectfully, very honorably. But I feared for her. Like,
Yeah.
so I sit in the in between of, yes, I know I've done right and I've modeled to the best of our ability what to do. But now I'm in the fear of, I've basically put them in a position now, and our own family and ourselves, of no longer feeling safe. And it's biblical. It's what we've been called to do, but that is extremely terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Ashley, thank you for that. Because I think everything you just said there, I feel everything that you just said there. Right. Um, and here's a couple things I want you guys to know is fear is not a bad thing. Fear is normal. Okay. All right. So the words um, no fear, right? I don't know if y'all remember this, like back in the 80s, no fear was like a big deal. Y'all remember that? You remember that, Ashley? We had like, some of y'all weren't even born in the 80s, but we had hats, no fear, we had shirts, no fear. And the truth is, that's a lie, because fear is for real. Okay. Sometimes fear hits us out of nowhere, right? We don't even know where it comes from. Anybody ever have those moments? Like you just get afraid, right? Other times we can go to a direct source of it. Okay. This week, there was a direct source of that. A lot of fear, just as individuals, as business owners, um, as people. I think just humanity as a whole, right? So I want to give you something today that I trust is going to help in this. Okay, couple things, just one thing real quick before I dive into this. So I'm going to give you today an acronym on faith, because here's what I do know. I do know that faith drives out fear. I do know that when we lean into an even though I will type of faith, right? Hey, even though we are living in the middle of uncertainty, I will cling to, right? Those things that I hold as faith. And I know everybody on this call comes from a different place, so this isn't to put any of the way I believe on you or the way you believe on me, that we're all in this game together. Okay. But one thing I do want to note is I am starting an additional call every week for anybody who would want to be a part of that. And it's going to be called Define Faith. It's going to be every Wednesday at 10 a.m. We're going to kick it off the first week of October. If you'd like to be a part of that, I would love for you to be. It's for anyone and everyone, but I just want to be clear. It is a faith-based, biblically based call. If you choose to be a part of that, I would love for you to be a part of that. We will continue to do this call also each and every single week. that is focused on mindset, on heart set, and making sure that we're ready to run through a brick wall in this game we're playing, because we ain't playing a small game, right? But we're going to add that additional call. So if you would like to be a part of that, Martina, can you just drop that link over in the chat box, and those who want to be a part of that can sign up for it. But we're going to be kicking that off as well. So here's what I want to give you today. I want you to write down the word faith, F-A-I-T-H, faith. Okay, and I want to give you an acronym for this, so that this week, as that fear wells up inside of you, okay, as that fear wells up inside of you, that you are able to draw on something tangible that you can hang on to and go, okay, I am leaning in to faith on this. Okay, so here's the first letter, right? In faith, I want you to focus on what you can control. Focus on what you can control. How many of us would agree today that there's a lot of things we cannot control, right? And so what I want you to do today is I want you to just focus on the things that you can. And I'm talking about in your life. I'm talking about in your business. Mom and I had a lot of conversations around our kids this week. And what we landed on is, hey, we can't control what happens when they walk outside of this door, but we can control what happens inside of these four walls. Not in a, like, we're standing over you and you're going to do this and you're not going to do that, but in a way of what we talked about earlier. Ashley, what you talked about, Amber, what you talked about, of leading in our home. I get to control that. Are you with me? Okay. I get to make that choice. What happens, the conversations inside my four walls are my responsibility. The spirit and the climate of my home is my responsibility. You with me? Okay. In your business, I want to ask you, what can you control? Right? You get to control the brand of your business, who you are, how you represent yourself out to the public. You control that. Yes or no? Okay. All right. What are some other things we can control? Drop them in the chat box or come off mute. What are some things we can control? I'm talking about in life and in business. What are some things we can control today, that we can lean on today, that will help us overcome fear by focusing on what we can control? Let's hear from you. What do you got?
The way we react to things.
The way we react to things. I love that, man. What a great time for that, right? Okay, the way we respond, the way we react, vital in everything that's going on today in our world. Brian, how about you, sir?
I control who lets or who gets the real estate space in my head.
Yeah, Brian, I love that. Right? Like, hey, we can let the media win this game, or we can be the media, right? We can make the choices to understand exactly what's happening in the market, be able to articulate that to our people in our spheres, and even outside of our sphere. Anything else today? Oh, Craig, I love that. Craig and Carol both said the same thing, and Kelly, right? Kelly said mindset, Carol said thoughts, Craig said the things we choose to feed ourselves with. Come on now. Hey, can I tell you right now how important it is what you are putting in? Okay? Everybody hear me. What you put in is what you get out. Yes or no? Okay? Like, mama even been all over me about what I'm putting into my body. She told me I can't drink sweet tea no more. Could you believe that, Anthony? Mama said, we're done. No more sweet tea. Like, I didn't know we were having that kind of conversation. You know what I mean? But what I put in is what I get out, right? You with me? Okay. So Matt said, pretty amazing how even we as real estate professionals let some things and people live in our head and we don't even charge them rent. Come on now. Y'all bringing the heat today. Okay? You guys with me? Craig said I'm already sweet enough. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, so we've got to focus. If we want to have a faith, we've got to focus on what I can control today. Inside the four walls of our home, outside of the four walls of our home, right? Amber, to your point, hey, I don't know if I've coached them enough inside my house, but I can tell you I ain't going to stop. I'm going to keep leaning in, okay? Here's A. We got to act consistently. Hey, team, if you want to win in life and business, you got to act consistently. You with me? Hey, I'll tell you one thing that I think people are looking for more than anything. I think people are looking for consistency. I think we live in a world that creates chaos, causes inconsistency, and you and I have to make the choice, okay, to act consistently. Everybody hear me, even when you don't feel like it, and even when the results you desire aren't there. It's one thing to act consistently when the game's going my way, yes or no? Right? I got no problem when I'm winning. But when I start losing, that's a different ballgame. Now I don't want to act consistently. When things don't go my way, I don't want to, right? When I'm tired, when I'm sick, when I'm frustrated, when I disagree, everybody hear me. Act consistently. All right? And here's the I. And Brian, you just alluded to this. Not alluded to it, you said it. We've got to ignore the noise. Hey, everybody hear me. Like, don't get caught up in the noise. Stay focused. You with me? On what you can control. I love that, Naya. She said, be intentional. Right? Don't let the noise dictate your response. You tracking with me on this? Team, there is so much noise right now that we've got to get centered on what we know. Okay, everybody hear me? Not on what we feel, on what we know. Okay, that's why I'm taking you back to focus on what you can control. That's what I know, right, Brian? That's what I know. I can control this. Okay, act consistently in accordance with who you are, in accordance with who you desire to be, in accordance to how you believe. You guys tracking with me on this? And ignore the noise. Let the negativity be what it is. Here's what I can tell you. I didn't start this call for negativity. I started this call because I looked up and saw, man, we got way too much of that already. I want to have a call where every week we get on here and we are positive about who we are. We're positive about where we're going. We're positive about humanity. Okay? Everybody tracking with me on this? All right. Here's the T. This is big. You ready? You're not going to like it. You're welcome. Tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself the truth. Not the story that fear is writing. Okay, everybody hear me? Fear writes a story that is not true. You tracking with me on this? You are the only one who gets to write your story, right? I talk about it like it's music. I believe that each and every single one of us, actually, I was ignore the noise. Okay. But I believe that each and every single one of us get to write the music of our lives. You with me? We get to write the music of our lives. Like, Felicia, this is your sheet music, girl. You get to write it. Nobody gets to dictate that for you. Not the outside world, not the things that happen. I get to write the music of my life. Now, here's what I want you to remember. How many of you music stirs your soul? Is there anybody like music just, you know what I mean? Like, hey, let me tell you something. I can hear Amarillo by morning, and it takes me back to 1985 in a brown Oldsmobile with my mom and dad driving to Grandma Opal's for Christman. Okay? Like, man, it take me right back there. It just stirs my soul, man. If y'all don't know what Amarillo by morning is, we need to get on a one-on-one coaching call, okay? All right? But the music just stirs your soul. Can I tell you why it stirs your soul? Because it has high notes and it has low notes. Music doesn't just have high notes. Music has low notes. Do you know why it has low notes? Because that's what creates music. So here's what I want you to know. You may feel at a low note today. Things may not be going your way. Here's what I want to encourage you to. All right. You're writing the music of your life. There's a high note coming. Do you know what else it has? It has rest. Right? Allie, I love Allie, Tiffany, and Ashley. I love that you guys said we're going to have a disconnect weekend. That's called rest. Okay? Man, we need to rest. Now, I don't mean sleep. That's different. Okay? I mean rest. I don't know about you, man. I need like some soul rest this week. You with me? Like, I'm tired. I feel heavy. Right? And I need some soul rest. And here's the last one, H. Would you hold the vision? hold the vision. Everybody hear me? We're going to be okay. We have to hold the vision. You with me? You've heard me say it a million times. When you're running a marathon, you better know why you're running, because the last mile is going to ask you. Right now is when we have to hold the vision. When we've got to say, hey, in the middle of all of this fear, I'm going to choose to have faith. I'm going to choose to focus on what I can control. I'm going to choose to act consistently because I control that, right? Inside the four walls of my home, outside the four walls of my home. I'm going to choose to ignore the noise. It ain't going nowhere. Everybody hear me? The noise is not going anywhere. In fact, I think it's going to get a lot louder. And we got to be able to ignore the noise. And we got to tell ourselves the truth. And we've got to operate in truth. And we got to hold the vision. We got to hold the vision. Okay? Everybody hear me? Do not quit on your vision. Kelly Combs, where you at? Don't quit, brother. Don't quit. There's a reason. Okay? It's ingrained. It's in us. Every single one of you. Don't quit on your vision. Hold the vision. I love you guys. Bless you. I got to run to my next one. I look forward to seeing you in a room real soon. It was great to see you.